Welcome to all the Taurus rising signs of our zodiac to your astrology for the month of May. Trust you're doing well. On Cosmic Girl 101, I'm going to be taking you through the planets in transit in this video and what it means for your rising sign. Let's get into it. Welcome to all the Taurus rising signs of our zodiac to your astrology for the month. The Sun and Uranus are in Taurus in your first house, opening up the month of May. With this combination of the Sun and Uranus, it's time to shift and change, start making some big moves and decisions regarding home, family, and parents, or your role as a parent, or even becoming a parent. The Sun's really putting the heat on you to be optimistic about changing up your foundations with this transit. Uranus is here to make you feel nervous and make you feel unsure. And Uranus maybe will have you chopping and changing your ideas and concepts about your foundations in life with this transit opening up the month. From the 1st to the 3rd, Venus conjuncts Neptune. This can be 3 days of confusion and wanting to close down the doors, and the Cosmic Green Pass is there for you to do just that. So if you need time out or you're feeling a little bit drained, the 1st to the 3rd may be indicating that you need to take a break, take a breather. On the 4th of May, Pluto goes into a retrograde until the 13th of October, so quite a long period. So Pluto will be retrograding, going backwards in your 10th house, which is superiors, your career, your identity, your public name. So let's talk about this. Now, Pluto in and of itself, this planet is like the ghost in the room. You can't see Pluto, and that can be quite irritating. Usually we see the results of a Pluto transit after the fact, and we acknowledge, oh, yes, that was a very slow transformation or a slow reveal of things that we couldn't see, that were really affecting events in our lives or things in our lives. That's Pluto. So when Pluto is retrograding in your 10th house of superiors, your career, your professional life, your public name and identity until the 13th of October, I'd probably put you on notice, Taurus rising, to put your best foot forward. I wouldn't be fair weather if you're trying to advance in a career environment. And I certainly wouldn't be dropping the ball when it comes to consistently showing up in regards to a career or what you're trying to project on the world stage. Because Pluto retrograde in your 10th house of Aquarius, it's the people's zodiac sign. That's Aquarius. It's about the people. And you may not see that the people are really scrutinizing you or watching you closely with this transit. So put your best foot forward if you have a career and you want something to stick, you want something to be long term, and you want something that can give you freedom to move in the future. It just feels like you might be having to do a lot of heavy lifting and using a lot of elbow grease to get to where you want to with this transit of Pluto retrograding in your 10th house until the 13th of October. After the 13th of October, you may see the fruits of your labor and people really being confident in you and your ability to play nice in a professional arena. Okay, so that's how I see this transit playing out for you. On the 5th of May, we have the benefics making beautiful aspects. That means these planets, the benefic planets being Jupiter and Venus is your ruling planet, are having nice conversations with other planets. So the 5th of May will be a really good day. So let's talk about this. So the first thing that happens is Jupiter in Gemini is sextiling Mercury in Aries. So this combination alone indicates that there is a a big opportunity when it comes to your livelihood, your possessions, and your finances. So you may be getting information that benefits you on this day. And you might seriously be considering making some big financial moves, or again with your career and your livelihood on the 5th, when Jupiter and Mercury sextile one another. And also with your ruling planet Venus on the same day of the 5th, sextiling Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, your 10th house, which we just talked about. Well, this also indicates that it might be easy for you to benefit quietly behind the scenes. So you might be taking more of a back seat when it comes to your public life, your career, and this may be serving you well in regards to whistling while you work, just putting your head down and doing what you need to do to advance when it comes to your public name, your identity, and your professional life. So that looks really nice on the 5th of May. On the 10th, Mercury leaves Aries, your 12th house, and ingresses into Taurus, your first house, joining the Sun and Uranus. So you have what we call a stellium in your first house. So we're not removing the significance of the planets and what they mean. It's more that the focus is now on your first house. So it's about you, what you want to begin, your life, your health, how people see you. That's the first house. So when Mercury steps into Taurus in your first house on the 10th, this is action. It's action time. So Mercury likes movement. And so you might want to start getting more active with this transit. And Mercury likes to be social. So you may want to start knocking shoulders with different people, places, and faces as well. Or just feel like you want to socialize more with Mercury in your first house. This is also a great time to crunch numbers. Mercury is the planet of commerce. So if you have to have any financial conversations or look over financial documents, this would be a great time to focus on those subjects and topics for yourself. So great for research, for example. And Mercury loves intellectual pursuits. So this could be you wanting to study or research, be more of a novice where you want to find out the nitty-gritty details of a particular subject. So this transit, it's a quick one because Mercury will move on into Gemini in his second house in this month. So this is a quick transit for you to snap up information, social events, social gatherings, and also financial opportunities for yourself. So that's quite nice. Mercury in Taurus. Mercury's a little bit more purposeful in Taurus than it was in Aries, because Aries is quite an acute zodiac sign who just wants action now, whereas Mercury in Taurus is more methodical, practical, and more grounded. So there's a lot of mental faculties available to you to be more settled when it comes to understanding finances, communication, paperwork, socializing, and learning and researching. So that's quite nice for you. On the 12th, the time has come to make a decision, Taurus rising. Are you in or are you out? With a full moon in Scorpio at 22 degrees, lighting up your 7th house of relationship and others, this is the moment of the month where you need to dig deep and tune into your instincts about what it is that you want to commit to or what it is that you want to let go of. Big day on the 12th of May. From the 17th to the 18th, we have Mars squaring Mercury. This is all about what action do I need to take and what's going to be the cost of what I want to do from the 17th to the 18th. So this is a day-to-day period in the month where you could just feel the financial pinch, feel that information isn't available for you to make a confident choice, and that can feel a little bit from the 17th to the 18th. It will pass. On the 20th, the sun leaves your first house of Taurus and ingresses into Gemini for 4 weeks. So the sun will be transiting in Gemini in your second house. And your second house is about your livelihood, it is about your possessions and your finances. So the sun is really quite inspiring in Gemini because it's about variety, diversity. It's about plenty of options, plenty of things to do. That's Gemini. And when it's about your livelihood, your possessions, and your finances, I would say that you're going to be scrambling and really busily uh, interacting with the bigger things in your life, like my bank account, work that I do, the cost of my life. How much have I got? How much have I got as disposable income? These things will be factoring in. You may also be reaching out to a stockbroker, trying to find a better deal regarding finance, like a mortgage or a loan, for example. So the 4 weeks with the sun in Gemini in your second house is going to have you mentally excited about finances, your work, livelihood, and possessions. It's a big deal. From the 20th to the 24th, we've got some interesting planetary conversations going on. The first thing we have is Mars trining your ruling planet Venus. This is fabulous. Anything to do with home, family, or parents looks really auspicious on this day. Things are just coming together nicely with those subjects and topics. And we also have that Sun sextiling Neptune in Aries. And this also indicates that it's easy to um, maybe start actualizing your dreams and putting to bed things that don't work for you. So it just looks like the 20th to the 24th of May for you, Taurus risings, that it's just easy for you to do you. Things come together nicely, but you also have the awareness of what's a real dream and what's fair weather. So I really like that for you. On the 24th, we have another big planetary movement. We've got Saturn now ingressing into Aries in your 12th house. And Saturn will be direct in Aries until it goes into a retrograde on July 13. So let's talk about Saturn in Aries. So Pluto's gone retrograde this month. That's a really big deal. It's a slower planet, and you've got Saturn, which is also a slower planet, now ingressing into your 12th house of Aries. Okay, so Saturn loves isolation. It likes to be on its own. That's its jam, and it just likes to whistle while it works. That's Saturn. It just knows it takes time and effort and dedication to get something done. So when Saturn ingresses into Aries in your 12th house for a few months, we're talking about Saturn helping you come to terms with the harsh realities of doing things on your own, doing things in isolation and doing the hard yards. And that can really benefit in you developing a muscle for independence and individual strength. It's like understanding that some things we have to do on our own. And I think this is what Saturn is helping you come to peace with, Taurus rising, that sometimes we need to do things just for ourselves, do the hard things just for ourselves. And the wisdom in that is that we build character and a certain set of morals and ethics about standing on our own 2 feet. So I think this is an empowering transit for you with Saturn in Aries in your 12th house from the 24th of May. And yes, it'll go into a retrograde on July 13th. Taurus rising, you say goodbye to Mercury on the 26th of May because Mercury is leaving your first house of Taurus and it's going to ingress into Gemini, its own zodiac sign. So Mercury really likes being in its own zodiac sign of Gemini. Loves it actually. Couldn't be happier. So when Mercury ingresses into Gemini from the 26th of May, you definitely you're getting all the goods. You're getting all the financial opportunities. You're certainly getting plenty of information about your path forward regarding your possessions, and especially when it comes to your livelihood and your work. There's plenty of options and variety around you and at your fingertips for you to utilize at your free will. So Mercury will open up doors for you and help you crunch the numbers, help you see, what's coming in and out of your daily checking account, and have you almost like a detective when it comes to understanding, where can I really squeeze the wealth out of what I have and what I do, and where's the real benefits. And Mercury will help you find that with this transit, which is quite lovely. And when Mercury does ingress into Gemini in his second house on the 26th, it's sextiling Saturn and Neptune in Aries in that 12th house. So we know that Saturn's really good in the 12th house, and we know that Neptune's also there in your 12th house of Aries. So when Mercury is having a really easy conversation with Saturn and Neptune, this sort of doubles down on you can do things autonomously, you can do things on your own, and there's plenty of things to contemplate and chew over regarding your finances, your possessions, and your livelihood on the 26th. So you may be getting a lot of intel or potentially a lot of offers on the 26th of May. So watch for a lot of paperwork, information, and you may also be reconnecting with people that you haven't been around for some time as well. So this can also indicate a social gathering on the 26th for you. The next day on the 27th, there's a new moon in Gemini, and this is at 6 degrees in his second house where the Sun and Mercury are currently transiting. So new moons are quiet new beginnings. So I think you might have made your mind up about a financial decision, a work decision, or even an asset or a possession that you have on the 27th of May, and you're moving confidently towards hitting a financial or personal goal. And it also signifies this moon that this financial decision about an asset or a possession or even your livelihood feels emotionally on time for you on the 27th of May. So you may be ready now with all the intel and all the research I'm sure you've been doing, or the excitement. It all starts really hammering home now the realities of these new financial beginnings that is opening up your livelihood, possessions, and your finances. So yeah, big day on the 27th. On the 30th, the Sun in Gemini conjuncts Mercury. So this is like a Kazemi moment. And the Kazemi means that both the Sun or both planets, no matter what planets come together in a Kazemi, are at the same degree. So they've got like a meeting of minds. There's both celestial bodies are blending their energies together. So this is the Sun and Mercury blending together. So we know that Mercury rules your second house of finance, livelihood, and possessions. And the Sun is the ruler of home, family, and parents, parenting, or how you parent yourself. So this day on the 30th feels like you're making a really big decision that's changing up your foundations in life and your sense of security and safety. It almost feels like if you haven't taken on officially a new beginning regarding your livelihood or possession or your finances, this day may be the day where you make up your mind or you seriously consider the repercussions of your future. So it's a big day on the 30th of May. Thanks for tuning in, Taurus Rising, to your astrology for the month of May. I trust you have yourself a fabulous one. Feel free to leave any comments in the comment section below. And if you are interested in your own astrology reading with me, you want to have a deeper look at what's going on in your own natal chart at any time, you can contact me at cosmicgirl101@protonmail.com, and I will send you the information and how we can work together. Okay, Taurus Rising, till next time, stay cosmic.